Welcome to my house. Buck here. Back with another bait shop. Headed to Germany tonight on Fishing with Buck. So, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Germany. We're going to talk about the fishing opportunities that are there and what you can expect. We'll talk about the bait that we're going to need for these particular fish we're going after. And last but not least, we'll go over the sticks that you need to take with you if you want to be successful. So, still got things running over there the wrong way. There we go. So what? Sander Bagasse is where we're heading, folks. Now, this lake's got 17 species of fish on it. Okay. Now, it's a large bay off the main river in Bavaria. Now, the main river is the longest flowing river entirely, that stays in Germany. This is the longest river entirely in Germany. Um, it's known for its diverse fishing tactics because of the 17 different species of fish that inhabit this waterway. They're odd to have them all together, I guess you could say, in one waterway. So that's what makes fishing here a lot of fun. Also, I like to fish here. It can be a little intimidating when you first start out. There's a lot of water. And it's like, okay, you look at some of the. Don't watch all the. Don't just fish where us creators tell you where we fish. I know a lot of the creators they learned it from someone else too. Remember, like I said, the 5 ways of finding hunting fish. Know location. Got to know somebody. Electronics. Using the electronics. Eyesight. Reading the water. How you find fish. So a lot of us shoot the crap with one another and go off and explore. Read the water. If you see a place that looks like it should hold fish, go try it out. It doesn't have to be one that we've told you about. I'm sure that we haven't hit all of them yet. So I know I haven't hit them all yet. But I try to stay off the beaten path. I like to go find them somewhere else. I don't want to sit at the bus stop and wait for the bus to come. So, this place is known because of all these different fish there. They hold a lot of feeder competitions on this waterway. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do a little feeder fishing tonight. Now they also, this is great for float fishing, spin fishing, and again, because of the fact that we have carp, we got bream, roach, tench, zander, northern pike, catfish on this waterway. So there's a lot of different techniques that you can utilize. So you kind of got to bring a little bit of everything. But tonight we're mainly going to concentrate on feeder fishing. So I've got some ground bait recipes that I use. So we're gonna mix up a few of them while we're over there. We'll try that out and go after some of these fish. Now, what are we going after? Well, we got the common bream. We got the common roach. Then we have the, what do I got up there? European perch, I believe is next, right? European perch. Now, let's talk about these. Let's go back and talk about these as we go down through here so I don't have to go back over everything. We'll just take our time and do this. Now, this common bream, all right? Common bream. 4 kilos to 8.8. This is one of the bigger ones that we're going to be going after. Now, preferred hook sizes with these guys are something from number 12 to a number 4. That's what you want to hunt him with. Now, the common roach, 1.5 kilos, 3.3 pounds, small fish. Okay, a number 12 to a number 9 hook preferred with these guys. That's what you want with him. European perch. Another small fish, 1.9 kilos up to 4. Now he gets up to 4 pounds, so you can get one of him up 4 pounds there on him. You know, now these guys here, you can fish for these guys with number 1 to a 4/0. Anything in between there, you're gonna be all right for the yellow perch. What do we next got? Peruvian carp, I believe. The Peruvian carp. Now this guy, 2.5 kilos up to 5.5 pounds. So start off, we got 8 pounds, we got 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 5 pounds. And this guy here, number 8 to a number 4 hook. Who's next here? Oh, Mr. Tench. Love Mr. Tench. This little fish fights like a locomotive. He really does. Hard fighting fish, especially when you wrap up into a uni. You get that uni tench, that 8.8 pounder, 9 pounder. That's a fight. Now these guys here, 4 kilos up to 8.8 pounds. Number 8 to a number 1. You can go 1/0 if you're hunting unis on these guys. You can go 1/0 with this guy. All right, so the tench. Now, what else do we got in this one? Now, this is kind of what we're going to target tonight with our feeder fishing. We're going to target the feeders. And then we can move up because you can also float fish, bottom fish, or feeder fishing for the carp. And there's a lot of carp. Oh, there's no golden tench here, Buck. Why you got that golden tench up there? All right, let's talk about the carp. We got the big head carp, the common carp, grass carp, leather, mirror, silver. They're all here. And again, you could load up with carp rods and go the whole full gambit up here. Bottom rods work well. Bottom rods are feeder poles, so you can replace your sinkers with cages, open cages, closed cages, what have you, and do some feeder fishing. Or I brought a couple of bigger ones. I don't even think I brought bottom rods though. I don't know if we're gonna do. If we do any carp fishing, I'll probably fish for them with the feeder poles I got. I didn't bring very big feeder poles though. We'll see how that works out. I might have to change up here at the last moment. At least throw one bottom rod in there if these guys want to go carp fishing. All right, Micah. How are you? Welcome tonight, buddy. Yeah, so that's kind of... Oh, let's talk a little bit about the baits, Bob. Okay? Talk about your baits. Now, so we talked about the fish we're going after. Although probably if we get enough time... did I put this one in there? Let's see. Oh, I did. Got the northern pike in there. Might try to hit the northern pike up a little bit. If we get enough time to hit him. Good fishing for northern pike here in this waterway. I love fishing for the pike in here. You don't have the muskies like you do at St. Croix, but you got a lot of northern pike and some aggressive fighting northern pike in here. Hopefully we'll be able to take the time and hit that spot. We'll hit that, one of my favorite spots for northern pike here. I think what else is in it? Oh, the Xander. As far as spinning tackle goes, like I said, you can feeder fish on this waterway. You can float fish on this waterway, or use spinning tackle, your northern pike, your Xander. What else can you hit? European perch you can actually hit with grubs and spinner baits, spinners, I should say. So, yeah, no problem there. What else? Ammos. Okay, we're talking about the baits now. So, for these fish that we're going after, these little guys, right? Some of your best baits for this is going to be bloodworms, night crawlers, shads. Oh, wait, you dropped down too far. The shiners, night crawlers, shiners, leeches, maggots, red worms, small minnows, pinky. That'll kind of do it. I'm loaded up, I think, with red worms and bloodworms. That's kind of all you need. If they ain't hitting on that, it's a bad day. I guess you can go down to some pinkies and stuff like that. But again, it's, a lot of this bait works. Pinkies are cheaper. Bloodworms are cheap too. I like bugs cheap. I like to fish with crickets, bloodworms, cheap bait. The cheaper, the better for me. So that's what I'm loaded up with. You'll see when we get over there to take a look at my sticks. So that should cover it for your live baits. So let's get rid of the baits there, Buck. Change that over to lures. All right. Some of the lures that you can use for these guys, all right, are going to be your casting spoons for your pike, right? Spinner baits, pike, shads, crankbaits, pike, narrow spoons, medium spoons, spinners, nano spinners, and of course your shads and your grubs. Now, shads and grub work for the Xanders, but also your worms, your craws, and your nymphs. You can throw them on and pick up on the Xander also, where a lot of these other fish you're not gonna get them with nymphs and craws. Now the Wells catfish, you know how that works. They love that rubber bait. They love the craws. They love the crawfish. You can hunt them down real easy with the rubber bait also. And there's a lot of Wells catfish in this river. You run up the middle of the channel of the lake. A lot of times I just get in the rubber boat, fish off the back, throw it out as far as I can, hope I get hooked. Well, you can't do that anymore now that I think about that, because they put more friction on the boat. You used to be able to move all the way up the lake without ever starting the engine just by catching catfish. They'd pull you up. So you can't do that so much anymore now. I'll have to come up with a different tactic. So what else are we gonna do? Well, like I said, it's this feeder stuff. So we're actually gonna hook up some ground bait recipes that Buck's got stored away, and we're gonna take some of that with us so we can load up into these feeder cages. We're gonna utilize that. So I guess, what time is it? Buck quarter. I guess we could get over there at this point. We might as well get over there and talk about some of this stuff. All right. Get that fired up, Buck. Oh, good thing you looked at that first, huh? Why does it turn my music off when I click on OBS? It never used to do that. Oh well. Alright, we're good to go. Let's get over there. Minimize this fishing planet. Used to stay up. Alright. Let's go take a look at some of the ground baits before we look at the sticks that we're gonna take with us. So we're gonna mix up a little bit of ground bait. Now, these ground baits, a lot of them are for the carp in the game, for big carp, and that's what you go after. But the ground baits are very useful for your smaller whitefish in your lower streams, your low flowing rivers. It's not just for the big carp. These ground baits. So some of the ground baits that you can utilize when we're fishing like here tonight at Sander Baggersea, for these smaller whitefish, there's going to be your crimson cold water. Let's go up here. Did you get aromas? Oh, ground baits. Ground baits. There we are. So now I carry all my ground baits. Okay, guys. So I have it for whatever I'm going after. So that's wonderful. Okay, so the crimson cold water. Do I have him in? Yeah, down in here. There should be some of him left in here. Crimson cold water. Yeah, there we are. Crimson cold water. This is great. Okay, small whitefish, ponds, lakes, rivers with a weak flow. This is for cold water. Now, I don't know what the temperature is going to be yet when we set foot out there on the dock, but it'll be all right. Put it that way. All right, so we got the crimson cold water. That's a good one you want. Active feeder is another good ground bait for these smaller fish. Okay, it's a top, small, medium whitefish, ponds, lakes, rivers with weak current. Now, it doesn't give us a temperature on this guy, but I have a chart over here. This active feeder, I believe. Then the other one that you can use is what I got hooked up is the black rotor here. Again, small, medium whitefish on ponds. And now this is for a little warmer water. So we've got the black rotor in case the water is a little warmer. And we got the crimson cold water. For the cold water. I'm trying to read my notes at the same time. Because I had another one here that I talked about. Active feeder. Oh, yeah. And there's one more that also works down here. Universal. The universal mixture. It's for various white fishes. Now this is again for warm temperature too. Low to medium, so it's just no raging river here, but this is some good stuff here. So this is kind of, I got some recipes that we're going to utilize that require some of these. So we have a universal mixture. I have that one here. That's actually, I'm using that as part of the black roacher. So if you look what we've got here, we've got a full bag of black roacher, half a bag of mixture. Now, when you're mixing this stuff up, you never want to get your aromas. Now they say up to 10%. Now, I talked to some guys over there in England that do a lot of this fishing for real, and their magic number here is 4%. 4% on your aromas. You don't want to, because you make it too spicy and it's not good. Okay, it'll run the fish away. So whatever you add up here, add your aromas in. I think we're sitting here like 4.6. So we're a little heavy, but that's okay. I kind of run it a little heavier than the 4%. I like it that way. So and so on this one we have universal mixture with the black roacher, and then we're running a little bit of oil cake pea because the bream love this kind of stuff. And this spicy worm is spicy roach again. Bream and roach. This is a good mixture for these guys. If you're coming up here to Sandra Magazine, this is what you're fishing. This is one of the things. Little hemp corn and oil cake pea is your particles go. So this one, why does that keep doing that? I don't care about the race. Dismiss. I'm gonna turn that thing down. I forgot I had it up. All right, now what was the other one I had here? Cold water. Oh, cold water recipe. Now this is another good one here. This basically uses the crimson cold water and active feeder. So that was two of the other two that I talked about. This is a combination of them. Put a little spicy roach golden in here, and this is just a little more spiced up. The golden stuff is. And the golden stuff, when you get them here, you just get more in the bag. It's not that it's any better, you just get more of it. Okay? But unfortunately, when you create a recipe and you have the golden in there, it'll scream and holler and tell you that, you can't fill this if you run out of the golden. So basically, just delete it and grab the that's not golden and make that part of your recipe. Good to go. Okay? All right, so that's kind of the two that we're going to go with there. A lot of these other ones, spicy worm mix, these are basically method mixes for carp rods, and I'm not fishing with any of the flat, the flat feeders. We're not running any method mix on any of these. Not tonight. We're just going to strict up with just the ground baits tonight. So that's what we're going to run with. Okay, let's go over and take a look at our sticks that we're taking with us. All right, Sandra Bagsy. If you, like I said before, if you're flipping along the banks there and you grab one of these unique tenches, these big guys, if you're using that Omni float, you might be less than happy. Let's put it that way. So I kind of trade my Omni float out for this Caesar. You guys know I like this Caesar. It's a great flipping stick. 23 footer, you can get out and touch them. So that's kind of good there. It's a strong little 10-pound setup, so it works real good there. Now the problem with the telescopic rods is they won't let you put a waggler or a slider on them, and which of course gives you even more distance when you cast. So next best thing, as far as if you're trying to get distance, is they call them pear-shaped bobbers. In my day, we call them an egg bobber. But throw one of them on there. They're heavy. You can get out there a little bit further. Bring him out ultralight. I brought him out of the cobwebs the other week, and I had so much fun. I forgot how much fun this little stick was. So I kind of left him in the bag. We're just going to take him just for, and giggles. Okay? Got my jig winner if I have to get down to some serious spinning. This actually will be perfect for the northern pike. This rod will end. I'll probably try it. I'm more likely I'll fish for him on this one, because this will be more fun. But this will do the northern pike, not a problem there. So then we get in. I got one match rod that I brought here. just in case. So I have a match rod with me, and then I brought 3 feeders. So I got nice. What we got here is the Creek Pro 910. This is a 7.5 pounder with a Crucian Hunter 3500 7 pounder, 8 pound string on this guy. Right, and I think I've got a number 6 hook on him. Yeah, number 6. This is my smaller pole, and like I said, some of these fish we're going after it's it's a 12 to a 4 or it's a 12 to a 9, so somewhere in there. But number 6, small deal. So and he's got the blowworms on. Now I brought what I did is because be honest with you, I don't use these smaller feeder poles too much with the smaller cages. I don't know how much really ground bait I'm going to be able to get in them yet. So I brought a couple of different cages that will fit these things because right now I'm loaded up with just a 1/2 ounce, and it's a low capacity. So I know I should be pretty safe with that one, no problem. But I want to be able to beef it up and get as much in there without going over my. I mean, this casting weight of this rod's only 1 3/4 ounce. So I don't know how much we're going to get in it to begin with. But I brought a couple of different feeders at different sizes and capacities. So we'll be able to mix and match a little bit and get a good setup. I'm more used to when I run with feeders, it's more for the carp, and I use heavier gear, heavier sticks, and I kind of know how much I can get in each one and what it weighs. So I'll be taking my notes on these little guys just as well tonight when we do our Fishkin with Buck at 8 o'clock. Don't miss that one. We're coming back. And we'll get some good notes on here and how much. Now this one here I threw in here last minute because I needed another small one, and everything else, all my other feeders were a little bit too big. So I had this DLC laying around. I looked at it. It's 13 pounds. And it's kind of matched. All right, 13, 2, and it comes with 13 string. So, and it's already got a 1 3/4 ounce feeder on it. So, got him loaded up with night crawlers, and we'll get some once we get on the lake. We can't mix any of this stuff up until you're on the waterway. Once we get it mixed up, we'll load these guys up and see how we do with our feeder fishing. So, I think that's got everything there. We talked about all that. Oh, as far as your gear goes, boats, you don't need a big boat over here, so I wouldn't worry about it. Kayak, I have fun in my kayak, but it can take a while to get all the way to the top of the water up by the river up there at the top. Especially since now you can't hitch a ride with the catfish. So it's a little more difficult getting up there. I would suggest, I like my lure here for small waterways where I haven't had this boat out on this waterway enough times yet. I like the Echo Sounder. I like the fish finder on this boat. It's the best in the game. And it's because I'll be here for a couple of days after fishing with Buck. I purposely brought this boat so I can troll around using it to find other holding spots, the vegetation, deeper holes. You can see things better that you can't see with the other boats. So that's one of the things I love about the Lyra. I'll be using him for a couple of days after we do fishing with Buck, because there's a couple of spots on this waterway I haven't fished yet, and I want to go tackle. We'll see. All right, Coach Gaming. He's ready to go. Feeder Fishkin, I see. All right, guys. Well, let's just do this over here. You're whelping again, Buck. Did you get everything in there you want? You obeyed the mission page? Yeah. I talked about it all. I have check marks next to everything. That'll done do her. We'll be back at 8 o'clock, folks. This should be fun. I haven't gone after these guys in a long time, the smaller fish with the smaller tackle. So it'll be a lot of fun tonight. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you got something out of this one, especially if you're planning a trip to Sander Bag of Sea. Hope something out here you were able to use. If so, bump that like button. We appreciate it here at the channel. We got a bunch of boys who work hard trying to bring you this information. They tell no attention to the man behind the curtain. Never ever give up the fight. We'll see you later.